Hello, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. You guys are absolutely stunning and amazing. Thank you so much for all your gorgeous feedback and your beautiful comments. You guys are so fun and funny and hilarious. And, all your heartful messages just really made my day. Today is Ian's birthday. It's Saturday, and we went out and we had a really nice breakfast. And then there was a snowstorm, and I just kept checking in on comments because people were curious about my Stonehenge reading I'm doing. And, I had a lot of nice conversations with people, and you guys really are amazing. Thank you for the feedback. That's why I'm using these cards again. I found them so beautiful yesterday. And if you're curious about them, they're actually Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light Oracle cards. They're really beautiful, and I like them to begin a read because the messages are beautiful. They really resound with a lot of us. There's so many light workers right now. I do feel the world is right on a strange axis right now with the fires, the Middle East kind of crisis, all the ridiculousness that's taking place, that everybody is stepping up who's supposed to and connecting in a beautiful way and raising the vibration. I mean, we're not in we're not putting our heads down in the sand like the proverbial ostrich or whatever. We're not burying our heads saying there aren't very profound, terrible things happening, but what we're doing is we're having the optimal vibrations personally and frequencies to work on a smaller stage so that can spread exponentially and put other people at ease, peace of mind, good vibration, optimism, so on and so forth, right? We're working in each arena and helping one another through friendships, through our community, through our YouTube tribe, through our Instagram tribes, everybody just saying, everything's all right when we allow it to be, when we see the best possible future. Think of Albert Einstein in the midst of what the hell was going on in World War II when he was like, this is the most unfortunate time. However, if we see the world as terrible, harsh, bitter, and all of that, that's what we experience. And on the other hand, if we see it as a place of a promising future, so on and so forth. And he had many variations on this. That's how we see the planet and the world, and it's very true. So I see the world as healing, growing, and loving. I look at all the good things, people pulling together, and all the light workers spreading optimism, light, and hope, right? So today's reading is a really cool kind of take, and I'm going to be using the karma cards to do a soulmate read and decipher sort of what's going to be going on. What's the planetary alignment? What's going to be the big kind of focal point? What is their zodiac signs? And I'm going to choose two different cards because it's for a huge collective. It's going to resonate. Usually I kind of have like two parallel offerings and channelings, and it usually does. That's why when I pull initials and different things too, I do two sets, two zodiacs, because it is for such a large group that'll be differing energies and resonances. So I'm really excited. So we're going to do the housing, the planetary kind of what that contribution is going to be, as well as their zodiacs and any information that comes through. Because again, I do believe with that 2020 portal in this new age of Aquarius, we're all simplifying our lives in really gorgeous, profound ways. We're not letting our ego take over. We are simply reprogramming that hardwired bull crap that says we have to do the same things over because it keeps us safe. We have to accept certain things that are unacceptable. No way. We are forging a brave new world where, we want what's best for us. Our values, we're simplifying. We're letting the ego just kind of fizzle out and listen to our heart space. It says, when we act with kindness, caring, and generosity, we receive that back. And that's what really matters. In the end, it's like, what kind of life did you really live? I don't care how much stuff you had, how many Ferraris, BMWs, beach houses or whatever, and most people really don't. It's such a facade. So again, we're not out in this world to accumulate wealth at the expense of our health. So at the end of that, we have to use all our wealth to reaccumulate our health. You know what I mean? That burnout, that fatigue, that why am I doing all this? This happens to a lot of financiers and Wall Street people. They have to work insane hours for the almighty dollar, and it doesn't make any sense. If it doesn't give you joy, light, and love, then why are you doing it? You know what I mean? And at a pace that is detrimental to your health. So we're all realigning in this new energy, and as our soulmates come in, we do go higher and higher and create a much more beneficial atmosphere for body, soul, and spirit, big time. So let's see what is out there and what the choices are. Oh, first, you guys, if you want to know too, feel free to email me about, I have 2 more spots left, and quite a few people were interested and just emailed me on my Stonehenge reading. I have a little I have like a little statement thing that has all the deets on it, and I can email you because I'm going to Stonehenge in just about 3 weeks, and I'm doing private reads right on the ancient grounds. You get the card deck I use. I'm bringing Lumerian crystals. I'm going to do like a little fun photo vlog of the castles I'm going to for you guys as well. It's going to be trippy. I'm so excited. I can't think of it before bed or I won't go to sleep. I have crazy dreams, and a lot of people are saying, they do have a lot of prophetic dreams about these, ancient world spots like that Egyptian pyramid, so on and so forth. And that's going to be my next adventure. I think I'm going to go to Egypt. That's where Ian's mother was also born, which is really kind of cool. So here's our 3 choices. Number 1 is soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. And I met my tribe right away over here on YouTube. All the other light workers and you people, it's like, you get it. You get that we are a collective, and what one person does and says affects us all. It's really beautiful. And number 2 is you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Yeah, don't second guess yourself. Don't keep thinking you need to do more and more and more and change. You're already doing it. If you feel like you can lay your head down at night and go right to sleep without any nagging, niggling little, why did you say that or do that? You're doing just fine. You're not trying to harm others. You're taking care of you and staying in your lane. Very beautiful. Number 3 is the age of light. You have been training for this for a lifetime. All those little lessons you've learned, all those people you've bumped into, all those beautiful speakers and teachers and light workers that have helped you garner this information that's now helping you is saying, you're ready. You've been doing this. You're like that Olympic athlete that put on their training shoes from the beginning and just kept at it. You kept learning. You kept absorbing in more light and new information. And you're made for this. So never doubt yourself. So we're going to start with number 1. Again, this is going to be the really cool kind of the houses, the planets, and the astrological outlook on your soulmate and what's going to affect that. I really like this. So this isn't so much about initials and times and dates and how you're meeting. It's about them. It's about the energy surrounding the planetary alignments and what are some of the little inclusions that are affecting the relationship and it coming together, and under what powers is it, all coming together for you. It's very exciting. So let's see what is going on here. We are going to start with number 1. And we're going to see what planet is going to be affecting your mixture. And I'll let you know how all this works, because it looks a little, it's just really cool. So anyway, Uranus, this is an unusual example of something, a different way of looking at something, an unexpected change. Did I just do this upside down? Okay. And stir up the situation by using A, B, and C. This is sun and moon. So be open to ideas because I feel like a lot of new energy, ideas, and inspiration are going to be around you in this time of meeting them. So you're going to be inventing ways, to work through things and issues and discover things. So Uranus is going to have an impact on this. And I love Uranus because, first, let's just say the symbol on this, both the intellectual and the emotional crescents are individualized, soul pulling in different directions on this card. It's kind of cool because it's on the horizontal axis of the cross of matter, which is above the circle of spirit. Also an H to commemorate Sir William Herschel, the discoverer of Uranus. He discovered it in 1781. So there's kind of like this explosive flash that is Uranian energy, and occurs when tension results from experiencing extremes of pure mind and pure feeling, a tension that is sometimes too much to bear. These two yearn to be united and synthesized so they can function productively in a world where nothing exists without its opposite. And you're starting to feel that yearning, that intense kind of like, where are they? I know that. I'm starting to write about what I want. I'm starting to picture them. I'm starting to dream about them. So there's going to be an increased intensity and urgency to want to meet them in this manner, because Uranus is definitely going to be the planetary influence on you. An individual with a strong Uranian influence has to learn when to release this spark. All too often, we function at one end of the spectrum, and the result is an uncontrolled, usually destructive explosion that occurs from out of the blue. Like you're suppressing something, or you're overworking yourself or something. It's like dynamite, right? It's really neat. They are huge humanitarians, things like that. So I'm definitely feeling like, too, that this is the influence on them. Uranus is the planet of unusual and extreme, okay? It recent satellite photos reveal that unlike any other planet, Uranus has a north pole, not its equator pointed at the sun. And as it revolves around the solar system, it's really wild, right? The key words about what is happening with this energy right now is unusual, eccentric, genius, flash, shock, explosive, excitement, surprise, out of the blue, electrifying, inventing, liberating, enlightening, reforming, and rebel. So this is going to be some of the personality traits that come along with your soulmate. How you're sort of feeling, you're feeling like a rebel. You're going to become very inventive. Your life is going to feel really fun and electrified. A lot of beautiful surprises are going to come up. Another thing, just don't plan. This is about allowing. This is about spontaneity. Again, you're tired of the same old predictable. So let things just come. Really explosive, neat, flashes of genius are going to come your way too. So if you're a creative, get ready. The world is going to be ready. This often happens when our soulmate connection is coming through. Everything is upgraded. Our uniqueness, our creativity, our strength, our vibration, our frequency, everything. So it culminates oftentimes in a masterpiece. Whatever you do, you're like, oh my gosh, I never thought that I could write that song or give that speech or, deliver whatever offering it is to the world on such an epic scale. So that is a really unique thing that happens as well. So we're going to get some other information here, and let me see what I did with what their possible signs could be. Again, I'm going to do 2 of these just because. So first one is Leo. So if your soulmate's a Leo, they're super creative. They do what they want to do. They're usually the life of the party. They have some great, wonderful personality traits. They're so warm. It's a fire sign. They're very self-confident. They're very affectionate as well and have a great sense of humor. They take chances, and I love that resulting from impressiveness. I feel like it's resulting from impressiveness of spirit. Like they always make an impact. I don't know a Leo who people don't remember them. So that's one of those things that they're going to have that effect on you. Like, wow, who is that person? It's like that kind of really dynamic personality. Now, a secondary sign can also be, and this could be very heavy in their chart. They could have Leo in their sun and Pisces in their moon, and or vice versa. But again, because it's for a big collective, I like to have 2 signs in here too. Now, Pisces are very unique, trusting your psychic knowledge, hugely intuitive, like dynamically. I feel more so than almost any other sign. Aquarius is as well. Every once in a while, they can be indecisive because they want to do a lot. They have a lot of thoughts at once. They're super creative. They're very sensitive as well. They're highly emotional, intelligent. They know what's going on in a room, how you're feeling just by the map of your face. And I also feel like they're one of the signs that can handle the most pressure without cracking. My mother was a Pisces, and she dealt with schizophrenics, and she would blow my mind when we go in the hospital. And they loved her, and they loved her energy, so they'd all rush at her. And they are extraordinarily strong individuals because of their chemical fluctuations, and they could hurt other people. But my mom's whole premise was they need less of these sedatives and they need more of human contact. You don't want a bunch of freaking drones walking around because you dose them up so highly. So she was a strong advocate for that, and they used to call her Susie, my lawyer, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever because she just wouldn't stand for that. And it's one of those things where she could handle a lot of chaotic activity and not even be like phased by it. It's amazing. So I love this too. Your idealization of be part of something overwhelming. Again, what would be overwhelming to us does not even make a Piscean bat an eyelash. I remember one time we had boats too and jet skis and stuff when we were younger. My mom loved the water, and everybody was always getting injured in my house. We had a pool, whirlpool, so there were always parties going on, barbecues, everybody doing crazy stuff. And my stepfather, who she married and was definitely her soulmate, had multiple sclerosis, and he had real problems with his feet. And I remember one time he just stepped something the wrong way and he really injured his foot. And I remember it was so scary. Almost broke his toe right off. My mom was like, okay, let me get this and that. And she just got all our medical supplies. Bing, bing, bing. Her face never even got red. She never even shed a tear. It was just like, this has to be done. I was like, just capabilities on an epic scale where no emotion took place, and she didn't want to upset everyone. Maybe she cried later, but it was like, oh my God, like who holds it together like that? I'm like, well, I guess a broken toe over a whole hospital full of schizophrenics trying to talk to you at once is a different level for some people, you know what I mean? But she'd be like, okay, it's cool. She really could handle insane amounts of things going on, and as can they. And it's wonderful because it's one of those things where you just take that mountain and you shrink it down to a molehill, and you're like, that's all right. So these are your soulmates' energies, and these are really awesome. I mean, there is not something that isn't beneficial to each sign, but I am really liking these two zodiac signs. They are unique and beautiful and powerful individuals. Let's see, I want to go to the house sign and see what's going to be affecting this union as well immediately. So this is going to be taking place very quickly, group one. I feel like the way you project yourself is going to start to change your confidence. You probably already see that you have more suitors and people around you that are trying to connect, more admiring eyes. What happens is when your frequency and vibration goes up, you absolutely are appealing because you have this sense of confidence and like self-contained unit. Like, I don't need you. There's no desperation. There's no anything in this book. Honey, thank you very much. And people are like, what is that? You can do it on your own. You are totally self-sufficient. That's super attractive too. You know who you are, you know what you desire, and you're knowing that you are doing conscious actions, which means you're being completely look at that artwork. It's beautiful, right? You're knowing what you want right now. And again, because the universe loves a decision, it's now bringing it to you in a very epic scale. So I love that energy for you, group one. Yay! Congratulations. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And all my links are down below. If you'd like to become a patron and help support my channel, thank you to my new Patreon that just joined. I just got your message. I really appreciate you guys help keep me in my groovy decks and my books and things for studying and, being able to do all kinds of wonderful things. So I appreciate you. And again, if you need a private reading, all my links are down below. Don't hesitate to connect with me on the Stonehenge reading. I can give you the information. Everything is all down there. And I'm really excited for you. That's really good. Your soul family. Also, I feel like a lot of this arrives for everyone in quick succession. Group one, your soul family, your answers, your third eye opening, your heart chakra, your chi really starting to flow, a magnitude of things, because it's just like attracting like on an epic scale. So really, really beautiful energy. Now on to number two. You're already doing it. I love that. So by that being said, when you already are doing it, it's like you don't have to concern yourself with what should I be doing, because you're already doing it. Don't question things so much right now. Stop overthinking and, keep facing your true north. You have this. It's happening. You're way closer than you think. You're exactly where you need to be, and things are moving at the perfect speed. So this is in relation to your soulmate journey. Don't have lack mentality or fear or doubts, because you want to clear that path for it to just arrive for you. Don't rush it. Now is not the time to be impatient. It's the time to walk steady. There is no rush. What you are building is being built. What you are planting will soon blossom. So with every new day and every new brick, you're coming a long way. The foundations are steady, and now all you need to do is to trust and keep walking forward. If a thought that things should be moving faster enters your head, that's just your ego comparing your rising to someone else's, somebody else having their soulmate, their dream house, so on and so forth. Quiet down there, ego. Ain't nobody got time for that. I will say that out loud to me, to myself. If I'm doing something, I'll be like, oh, but so-and-so has, and I'm like, who cares? So-and-so is on their own journey, and I'm on my own journey, and I get back in my lane and I calm down, because comparison is not our friend. We stay in our lane, we water our own garden, we know that our time to bloom is coming soon. So it's just saying you're already doing it. You've already pulled them in, you're already in alignment with this energy. It's all coming into play. So let's see what your possible, your soulmate's sign can be. Let's start with their first. Again, I'm doing two. Okay, yeah, and I feel like this is probably going to be their sun sign in Cancer. Attitudes from the past about using your intuition. Again, Cancers, absolutely 100% mega stars when it comes to intuition and the feelings of others. They're the most sensitive sign. They're very poetic, philosophical, and beautiful. Again, attitudes from about the past resulting in the history of they learn from the past. They are very quick learners to assess what does and does not work for them, what does and does not work for their environment, the people they work with, their family. They assess it, they change it. It's a very rich personality that incorporates a lot of love and consideration for other people on a really epic scale. Now, the secondary, and this probably will be in their moon, is Virgo. So they have methods for the healing power of. It can be a lot of things. I feel like that they because they're so clean, organized, and systematic in things, it's like They understand how to see what's out of place in their logic stream. You know what I mean? Because things are very orderly in their mind as well as their homes. They can figure out where the problems is and how to solve that. They're major analyzers. Again, everything is very systematic. It's almost like they can compartmentalize very beautifully. They don't let emotion come in and affect logic, nor vice versa when they are trying to work in one realm or the other. There can be perfectionism quite often with Virgos, but that can result in a little procrastination, but they usually quickly get right back in line. It's just they want things to be beautiful and perfect. It's just the way they are. They like a polish. They have a debonair kind of air about them, an elegance. They really like to have things have that little extra, gloss to it. It's kind of nice. And the servings of others, they have big hearts. They like to give to people. They like to set an impressive table. They like an elegant dinner. They check the details, believe you me, in a lot of things. Do what you must do and move on. That's them too. They don't hesitate. If they realize something has to be done, they're not like, well, why isn't so-and-so doing? A Virgo will just pick up that slack and do it very elegantly. Okay, so let's see what houses are going to be involved. And also, okay, so, ooh, very cool. So we have the 10th house is going to be very influential in this match. Your destiny, they are your destined one. Your soulmate, of course, are your destined one. And because of that, it's divinely guided and protected. And like we were saying earlier, we're not rushing or racing because of that. Just like your beautiful Work Your Light card was saying, you're pointing true north. You're in the right direction. Your career is going to start to really align with everything correctly and provide abundance too. Again, everything gets elevated with this frequency. Everything goes into place. You know where you're going. You have a sense of calm and peace about that. You know what you're responsible for. You see that through, and you come to a successful. You own what is yours. You no longer think, oh, am I worthy of that? And that success comes to your doorstep. Become a person of power and status. That's also, I feel like this is happening for a lot of people directly before or almost moments after your soulmate connection. And part of that is due to your high frequency and vibration. The law of attraction is working on an epic scale for you. So you're attracting all these good things. Like attracts like. You feel good on top of the world. You feel the love, the vibration, the abundance. Therefore, the universe is like, whoa, look at that bright silver light. Let's keep feeding it. It's doing superbly well with these win-win scenarios. It's not letting the ego take over. They're not letting... what's happening is with your gratitude comes graciousness and generosity. And the universe loves that. So it will just keep giving you more. And you feel that something about love makes everybody thrive. And I find that so unbelievable and wonderful because that's what we need sometimes, right? It's like we have to remember it is what it is. It's like we're deserving of this. Now, your planetary influence is going to be Saturn. Maturity for sure. Caution regarding things that need that. Limits may be imposed on certain things like parameters because you're being realistic. You're knowing what to be concerned about. You must wait before you can. You'll have all the answers to this. Like a lot of you guys want to start your own business, but you also want to be really informed about things because Saturn... I'm going to skip the Saturn is about structure, crystallization, permanence, traditionality, maturity, cautiousness, responsibility, fatherly energy, authority figures, teaching, testing, fulfilling obligations, concentrating, all that practical lessons, all of that. And Saturn's message is always saying, if you're going to accomplish the goals that you have set in this life, then you must concentrate and not act on whim of the moments, right? You really got to settle in. I had to kind of do this. We blueprint our day. And it's funny because I was listening to an expert YouTuber that talks about setting up your channel. Oftentimes people just flip on that camera and they start talking about any old thing. And that's fine. But if you want to develop a structure to your channel or whatever, it's really great to lay it out the day before, choose your decks, choose your ideas, listen to the comments and all of that. It's like you have a structure that's formed so everything isn't just feel like it's, on a whim. You do any professional setting should be like that. And Saturn definitely reminds us of that. So I feel like this is very influential in your soulmates life, that they're very structured and organized, and that'll be helpful. Your bills will be paid, they'll know what's going on. I feel like they're an excellent business person too as well. So I'm loving this energy for you, group 2. Very beautiful. Yeah, Cancer, remarkable. And we do need, dreaming is fine, but we need realism as 2. And Virgo plays into that, whether it's moon or sun sign, because we need preparation, right? Look at that. And this is coming your way too. You are going to become a person of power and status. I feel like your exposure on a bigger scale, whether it starts through social media or business, is going to start to really take off. I see that, especially with that "you're already doing it" card. You're already begun that velocity and speed towards success in a really great way. So gorgeous energy, group 2. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you need a private read or anything else, all my information is down there. If you want to email me about the Stonehenge read I'm doing, anything, private readings. Oh, my cats are all sleeping around me. They're so cute. I'm going to take pictures and put them on Instagram. Come see me on Instagram as well. I'm running contests all week. Jewelry, free readings, all fun stuff. January is giveaway month. And just by following me, you're automatically in all the contests. So you don't have to chase things up. I DM you. It's all rather together and tidy. So love and light to you, group 2. Good stuff. Powerful stuff for sure. Now we're on to number 3, which is the Age of Light. Oh, I love that. So this is about, you've been training for this for your lifetime, right? Mystics and sages throughout the ages have predicted this period in history. You've decided to incarnate in the middle of it. There's no mistake. You are supposed to be here at this time for great change. If you've ever felt unprepared or daunted by the path that's calling you, just know you've been training for this for lifetimes. You're way more than the days that you have breathed through in this life, for sure. You're all the lifetimes that came before and the experiences that polished your soul into the most magnificent expression of your authentic self. Sometimes I feel like that too. I'm like, I have so many words and theories and ideas and messages, and I'm like, where do these even come from? And I automatically know they come from a higher source and reasoning. But I'm like, I feel so fortunate and gifted that I remember when this first started, I was almost afraid that I would lose that, because at one time, one of my favorite readers, She Bear, was going to put out some messages in January or February last year, and she just said, I drew a total blank. She's like, I heard crickets. There was no messages about anything for any signs or whatever. And she's like, sometimes I feel like cosmically we could need an epic break, but sometimes people suffer burnout or whatever. And obviously she bounced right back and everything. But I remember thinking, wow, wouldn't that be something to every day? I mean, sometimes you wish you could turn off before bed. I'm like, okay, I'm going to sleep now. But a lot of you have your third eye opening, your heart chakra opening, this great understanding, your authentic self coming out. You came with a clear soul plan. You came in with wisdom beyond your years. This is part of what longs to be seen. This is the part of you that is already completely to go forward, step forward, be seen, and raise the vibration and be heard. And don't be afraid. If you do little by little, like if you just want to have a little vlog or blog or do something and talk about what's important. I had a lot of people this morning get in touch with me going, I have these series ideas and some channeling, and they're like, I might not go into tarot, but I want to share these ideas that make me feel better. I'm like, of course, everybody is now stepping into the light. The age of light is higher reasoning, where we all help each other and connect to understand this, right? No big whoop. It's pretty awesome. So let's see what is coming on in terms of your signs. So the first one is probably in the sun sign, Sagittarius. Insights to understand, wisdom resulting from understanding of. That's greater knowledge. Most Sagittarius are quite philosophers. They are definitely into the arts. They're athletic. They want greater understanding of everything. They never take anything at face value. They really, really are instigators of some new kind of thinking. Highest ideals, again, they don't like untruths, or they don't like predictability, all of that. They like to know the rules of the world, psychology, stuff like that. Get out in the world. They are hunters and seekers, and they always have that bow drawn, and they want to know what's what. I'm a Sagittarius, and sometimes that restlessness and that mutable fire makes you think you're just going to implode. We'll exhaust ourselves. I really will. I will push to the point where I just lay in bed and I fall dead asleep, like immediately, because I'm just going and going. I'm like, what is that? And what is this? And what's going on? If I go in my daughter's room that's filled with crafts and all her beautiful stuff after I'm looking at all my stones and stuff, I feel like I'm just going to implode. I'm like, I got to do this, I got to do that. I'll write things down and be able to release that, because we need to. But a Sagittarius is definitely going to take you on a fun adventure. And it's a good place. Let's see what their secondary sign can be. So we have Scorpio can be in their moon side, the highest and lowest aspects. I feel like they contribute. Scorpions are super fiery, smart, charming and everything, but they do have a sting. If you push them too far, if they're not in the mood, whatever, it's like, just watch out, because again, the highest and lowest aspects of things control the situation. And at times they do like to have control because it makes them feel safe and in charge. They have extraordinary power. Their power of prayer, their power of being able to manifest things is extraordinary. Purification to resurrect. Yeah, I mean, they can take a licking and keep on ticking. There's no stopping a Scorpio. Their mind, their power of their mind over matter is something else. They hold, ancient secrets for sure. And they are remarkable. I gotta say, remarkable. Now let's see what is going on in terms of the planets that are going to have an effect right now. So you're going to have Jupiter, the granting of blessings from good fortune. Jupiter is fantastic. It is super expansive. It is about learning, finding out, teaching, being positive, all expansion. I feel like it is the planet of gift giving. And it's funny because Jupiter is also a Sagittarian planet. So these things together are like, oh, you know what? Here's everything you ever wanted. Oh, you know what? Here's Pandora's box. But instead of the ills of the world, it's going to have all the gifts. It's going to have insight, knowledge, athleticism, intelligence, proactive behaviors, artful pursuits, all of this stuff. All of a sudden, it's like you're indoctrinated into this world that your soulmate has created, this kind of magic infusion of everything. High ideals, but wonderful, beautiful spectrum of understanding, kindness, and light. Again, you're ready. And again, our soulmate is a reflection of ourselves. So you you incorporate these things. This is partially you. A lot of people are very slow to believe in their own excellence and magic. And this person and your unique other is going to help you discover this. So I'm so excited because people need this. They need people to go, you know what? You're friggin' awesome. And you try so hard, and nobody's meant to be perfect. And, when we compare ourselves to the highest of highest ideals out there, everybody, of course, feels short. But we should never. We are at our own pace. We are on our own journey. We are our own sparks of light. And I believe our soulmates help us, kind of progress at a beautiful rate where we feel safe, secured, loved, and all of that. And that's why the universe provides it for us and us for them. So gorgeous energy, group 3. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you need a private read, if you need anything, all my stuff is down there. So I'm super excited for you guys. Just, yeah, you're going, growing, and knowing for sure. So love and light. I'm going to go upload